Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I am going to talk about something that is one of the most important concepts in life. Money, honey. I read a quote once that said, "Money is not the most important thing in life, but it's right under oxygen." So, this summer I read The 5 Lessons a Millionaire Taught Me About Life and Wealth by Richard Paul Evans. This was a New York Times best-selling book. Ironically, I got it in a box of free books that was just on the side of the road, and I was bored this summer and picked it up and was blown away. In about an hour and a half, my life was absolutely changed. I've been telling all my friends about it, and so I had to tell you guys about it. One of my good friends I gave this book to, she was like, how did I go my whole life and never read this book? This is absolutely life-changing. One of the foremost cornerstone lessons about this book is to decide to be wealthy. This is a mindset, and the Bible talks about whatever you put your mind to, those things will come to fruition. So the number one thing is to decide to be wealthy. So what I did, as recommended by the book, was to write it on something, have it out, and see that, and your mind will start to change, and all of your actions will start to change because you're thinking about it through a different lens. And I have to tell you, the most amazing things were happening. Literally, money was falling out of the sky. So the kids and I entered this random contest and won $500. And we used that money to pay for all of our back to school clothes and supplies. It was the most timely, amazing blessing. I would be on my way to the store because I needed cash for something. And then I'd open up, my jeans from the laundry, and they're the money that I need, the exact amount of money. And it starts to change every single decision that you make. There's a really neat exercise in the book where you take I think you could use like a key on a string, and you tell yourself, like in your mind, when you want it to stop, and it'll stop. It's really cool, but it's just to show you how powerful our minds are. So let me just quickly tell you some of the other lessons so that you just have it in your mind, and then you can decide if you want to read the book. I highly recommend it. So the first one, as I mentioned, was decide to be wealthy. Number 2 is take responsibility for your money. That's know what you have coming in, what you have going out, where your money's going, what your money's doing. Next is keep a portion of everything you've earned. You may have heard that before, pay yourself first. This is talking about starting your nest egg. Lesson 4, win in the margins. It talks about how people made their wealth was not from their normal income, but it was something that they did on the side. And so it gives you some ideas and some personal stories from other people who succeeded. And the last lesson is giving back. Another biblical lesson that you reap what you sow. And when you are so blessed, you're going to want to give back anyway, because you're going to want to pay it forward. So super easy lessons. Again, if I were to recommend any 2 books in the world, it would be this book and Baby Wise. And you can go your whole life and do very well. And of course, the Bible. Gotta have that. So if you have any questions and you want to know how we are getting wealthy, hit me up. See ya. Bye.